Hello, everyone. It's just Sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to talk about this young man on my screen here. His name is Jamell Demons, aka YNW Melly, and he is a South Florida rapper who is on trial now for allegedly taking out his two best friends, YNW Juvie, who was Christopher Thomas, and YNW Sack Chaser, who was Anthony Williams. Now, he's not the only one facing charges. He has an alleged co conspirator who is YNW Bortland, and he will soon face his own charges. His name is Courtney Henry. So he will face his own charges very soon. But his trial started last week, Monday, in Broward County, Florida. And a lot of things bother me about this case and this young man. The fact that he is such a talented young man, has a unique talent. And everybody says that, they know him by his song Murder on My Mind. But this is how I came to know of him, because my kids used to sing this song. What do you want from me? ARs. So that was the song that made me know of him. And like I said before, he is a very talented young man. However, just because you are talented, whether in academics, athletics, in whatever, like musically, whatever talent that you may have, that doesn't ensure longevity. What ensures longevity is a plethora of things, your upbringing, if you are consistent, do you have discipline, do you have emotional intelligence? Those things can assure at least some type of longevity in whatever you choose to get into. And though this young man is talented, he destined for greatness, like his mother said. But because he has a lot of yes men, a lot of yes women around him, that will be his downfall. When you have a child that is gifted, that's talented in whatever area in life, there's a certain way you're supposed to raise that child. There's certain things you need to do for that child to ensure that, hey, they make it to where they need to be. And when you don't raise your child, when you enable them, when you let them get away with certain things, you do not hold them accountable, you do not teach them manners, you do not ensure that they are consistent in certain aspects, if they have no one that can shake them up if they do something wrong, they have nobody that they're afraid of, you as the parent, you as their coach, their mentor, their family member, however you are in their circle, you will be part of the reason for their downfall, as in this young man. So many times I've seen people with so much potential. The sky is the limit for them. They are talented, gifted. I mean, they are one of a kind. There will be none like them ever again. And because they have no morals, they have no values, they have no integrity, because nobody taught them, they just focus on your abilities, focus on your talents, focus on your gift. Nobody focus on them as a person, them that in their character. This holds them. Sometimes some of them don't even reach to where they supposed to be. And sometimes when they do get there, they can't never stay there because they have nothing so they have nothing in them to keep them there. And why do I say that? Because of this interview.
I got mixed personality too, though. Like, damn, I relate.
Well, you're not diagnosed with bipolar or anything like that.
Yeah, I am. And,
Word.
So you are
and
bipolar.
ADHD.
Damn.
So when you were coming up, did they like put you on Ritalin and shit?
Hell yeah. When I got locked
That's
the first time, a year
crazy.
straight.
So you was on like Addies and
12
shit?
months straight. Adderall, baby.
Girl, what age did you start on Adderall?
Sent to the crazy home in seventh grade. So how
They started you on Adderall in the 7th grade?
Hell yeah. I was in the 7th grade. They sent me to the bakery at shit.
What
Mentally,
incident? Was there an incident that transpired that got you there? What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh shit, it's gonna be some crazy
I
shit.
kept bringing knives to school and shit. I fucked around and pulled one out on one of the motherfuckers in the lunchroom. Some terrorist type shit. They're like, yeah, then they just sent me to the crazy home and I got right. They put me on.
How long were you in there?
7 days.
So that was Jamell talking about him getting arrested for the first time, and he was in 7th grade when this happened, and he ended up getting Baker acted because of the situation that transpired in the school. And what some people understand it, some people don't. When you have a child that's, let's say, talented, gifted, and whatever, just like God have plans to prosper us, there's another enemy that has plans to destroy your life, because he still kills and destroys. If you read your Bible, you should know who that is: the devil. And the devil doesn't have any plans to prosper your children at all. And he has plans to destroy them. May seem like it's an opportunity, but it's really there to destroy their lives. And we all know we have kids who have kids. They make dumb decisions, stupid decisions. They make the wrong choices. Some choices, some kids won't commit, but they do mess up. But when they do mess up, there are supposed to be consequences. That's when you teach them every decision that you make has a consequence. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. And the thing is, you do not get to choose your consequence. So when he first got arrested, that's what I was saying. Does he even have somebody in his life that he's afraid of? Somebody that when he does something, is gonna scare him straight. There's nobody enabling him. There's nobody making excuses, because I've seen this. Now it's this new thing that when kids get in trouble with certain parents, they make excuses for the child. They, long time the parent would team up with the teacher and say, and get on that student, that child, and say, why you did this, whatever. Now that the parent is making excuses for them, cursing out the administration and things like that. So there's no accountability. There's no accountability. They do something wrong and then they get excused. They get excused for it. So 7th grade, he did this. What type of consequence did he get? Did somebody scare him straight? Did somebody say, you know what, if you ever did like something like this in school again, I'm going to take this away from you? However, people disciplined that child. What discipline did he receive? And then he got this led him down a path of dealing with. He was probably already dealing with it, but the fact that they diagnosed him, because when they bake after you, they put something on your file, and they label him, and then this started him to a path that is not good. And instead of getting the proper help, he stayed 7 days, but was that enough? Because when he got to 10th grade, this is what happened.
At what point did you drop out of school, though?
10th grade, really.
Okay. Were you getting in a lot of trouble and shit?
Yeah, I had went to jail for the school shooting thing I did.
School shooting thing?
Yeah, I was at school.
Oh, just near it? What was that situation?
Niggas just hiding. Niggas hiding.
Is that some shit with like the school zoning?
Yeah, and then like it was just like, I thought the nigga had my gun. You know what I'm saying? I had brought it to school one day. Then he told that I had that bitch at school, and then I guess he had his homeboys follow me. And I guess when I went to the office to get searched, they came back. They doubled back and had the pistol.
So that was Jamell explaining the second time he got in trouble, and which was at school. And the first time he bought a knife, and then he was Baker acted because of I guess the behaviors, whatever he was doing that day. So they Baker acted. The second time he bought a gun in his bag, and that time he went to jail, and I believe he was put on probation. So the first time, whatever consequence that he received, if he even got any consequence, didn't turn him to another direction that wouldn't land him in the second incident where he found himself going to jail and on probation. And now he finds himself in 2023 being, yes, he may get off, he may not, but now he faces the death penalty because he's accused of taking out two of his best friends. Because I remember one of my daughters, she kept on getting suspended, doing all the most. The first time I would discipline her, nothing ever changed. Then I was like, okay, gonna change it up because obviously whatever I'm doing ain't working. And it was the very last time that they were actually going to expel her because she was doing too much. The girl was doing too much. But I had to go to the school, down to the school board to fight. Even though she was wrong, I was like, I can't have a middle schooler out of school. That doesn't even make any sense. But the Lord gave me a strategy. And you better believe she never got suspended after that. That was the last time she ever got suspended. And I didn't have to put hands, grab no belt or whatever, curse out. God knows how to deal with your kids. And if you are close to him, he'll tell you exactly what to do. But people do it their own way. They lean on their own understanding. And here's another thing where he had said that he was, he has bipolar and ADHD. So particularly with the little kids, they always say most of them, they have ADD or ADHD because they're very hyper. But what some people don't realize, some of these kids, all you need to do is put them in activities that can keep up with their energy. But people don't have time for that because they're working 2-3 jobs. They're tired. Some people don't even work 2-3 jobs. They're always tired. They don't have the time. So most of those kids, they need activities. They need sports or whatever it is to keep up. That's on the level of their energy. Just like what with my kids. So they have said that they were supposed to be ADHD or whatever. I put them in activities to wear them out, to keep that's going to go with their energy. And then plus God had to check me because I had took that check, and he was like, if you want a normal kid, if you want a normal child, you need to give that retarded check back. And that's what God said. Well, he actually said it in Creole, because that's how he talks to me in Creole majority of the time. And he said, you want a normal child, you better give that retarded check back. Now, that's how God spoke to me. I ain't say that's how he called those checks. That's how he spoke to me, so I can get it. Because what I was praying in my prayers, and he said, you can't be praying these stuff. You can't be praying and asking for this, and then you have this in your hand. Let it go, and I can take care of you. And for me to see my daughter graduated from the IB program, which is a very, very difficult program, and plus she was an athlete, God is faithful. God is truly faithful. But when these rappers or singers or whatever, people with musical talents have, these labels, they seem to be more talented. And instead of the people in their circle getting help for them, consistent help for them, they, make excuses, they enable them, or they tell them, what, forget about it. It's not that serious. Like in this clip that I saw from Good Fight Ministries today about Lady Gaga talking.
I called Deepak Chopra, who I work with, and I was telling him my dream, terrified that the devil, and the dream was so terrifying, I thought somehow a devil force was trying to take hold of me, a darkness. And he laughed and told me that I was very creative. And that
that's what it represents.
Learn to embrace my insanity.
So that was Lady Gaga, who, after having some type of terrifying dream, called this supposedly guru, and he was like, "Oh, it's no big deal. That means you're just creative." So sometimes these people, they are troubled, they are tormented, but then when they reach out for help from the people in their circle, they are dismissed, or even if their parent or a family member want to get help for them, somebody in the management or whatever, "Oh, it's not that serious, we're just gonna get him some pills, give him some more weed or whatever. He need to take a vacation, she need to take a vacation, they need a massage," just making excuses because they haven't made their profit yet, they haven't made the amount of money that they need to make out this person. But as soon as they do, they will dispose of them. And it's what's so sad is the fact that he went from this situation in seventh grade, then 10th grade, and we don't even know the other things. This 10th grade, and now he's facing death. Though he may get off because he has very good lawyers, and I believe in one of those situations, he had beats several cases they was trying to put on him, but he had very good lawyer. So his lawyers may get him off. But the thing is, what will he learn? If he doesn't do a 180 and change, the next time he does get caught up, it's going to stick. It's going to stick. Because now, after, when he gets off, he may not have money for now, because after spending money on lawyers and doing all kind of stuff. But if he gets off, everybody is going to want to interview him, and they're going to want to pay top dollar. So when he's like this, especially if you have not established that, you know, that your child listens to you, though they are talented, though they have a lot of money. Because when these young people have money, they don't listen to anybody. So the time is when they're growing up to get them to listen to you. Because if you let them get older and they get older and they come into some money at a very young age, they will not listen to you. So if he has nobody he listens to, he has nobody he's scared of, nobody that can actually get through to him and he actually do what he's supposed to do, when he does get caught up again, it will stick. And if he does not beat this case, so you have this talented young man that's going to spend the rest of his life, well, spend a good part of his life on death row until the day they take his life. It's sad how, people, is be careful, not, be careful who you have in your circle. If nobody keeps you accountable, everything you do is good, nobody could tell you nothing, you ain't scared of nobody, that's a very dangerous place to be. I don't care how talented you are, how gifted you are, or whatever, you won't have longevity. You may acquire wealth, but you won't be able to hold on to it to pass it to different generations. And that's sad. This is sad how this young man, this is where he is. And the fact that I don't even know what happened between him and these young men, because they were cool. He had well, I don't know if he removed it, but he has the Sack Chaser and Juvy's names tatted on him. And plus, I think rumor says that one of the young men's mother's name is tattooed on his neck. So he was cool with these people. But something came in between them. And this is where we are today in 2023. And it's very sad. Anyway, that's all I had to say on the situation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.